Hello guys, and today we're going to be talking about the Uchiha, specifically the Sharingan gene. A lot of people have some confusion about the Sharingan gene. To unlock Sharingan, should they be killing their own pawns? No, that's a little extreme. Please stop doing that. It's terrible. Next thing is how do I unlock more Tomos? Should I keep it on? Should I just kind of spam it? Should I kill people, etc, etc. So to unlock the Sharingan, it is very simple. Either get Genjutsu level 5 here, Genjutsu level 5, or you can go through a mood break or inspiration. Either one will unlock it. So you have 3 ways to unlock it. The mood break or inspiration is just to kind of unlock it a little early. It really doesn't do much, you know. And the Sharingan drains a lot. If you guys notice, a lot of people probably have noticed, Sharingan 1 Tomo is almost unusable in battle except for quick burst. You know, you put it on, you maybe fight a couple of people with it, you probably won't be able to do any crazy jutsus or anything unless you have a lot of chakra. Next, Sharingan 2 Tomo is a little bit more stable. You can probably get more jutsus off and use it more effectively. And then 3 Tomo, it essentially you still get chakra generation, but only when your pawn is probably sleeping. A lot of people don't know this, but chakra generation is higher when your pawn is sleeping. But when your pawn is just kind of fighting, it will essentially turn off your regeneration. You'll regenerate so slow that you won't even notice, and you won't be able to spam big jutsus because of your Sharingan on, which makes sense unless you have, once again, a lot of extra chakra coming from other genes, or unless you made your own Uchiha xenotype with extra chakra, etc. And we're gonna have more ways to get more chakra, and chakra pills is already a thing in the Patreon build, so people are using that. So right now we're going to demonstrate how to unlock the Sharingan via the level system, and then I'm going to show you guys another cool thing that's going on. We are going to be going through the Mangekyo Sharingan in this, which is available for all the Patreons already to try out the abilities. Right now our Patreon build is currently a little unstable with the Mangekyo. This new build that we've been working on this week, which is coming out this Friday, is a lot more stable and the abilities are a lot more effective, and I will be going through all of the Mangekyo Sharingan abilities and how they work, etc., and what's going to happen and how you unlock it, all those things, so you guys aren't confused about it. So first things first, we're going to just gain some levels here, and as you can see, once she gains level 5, she gets her first Tomo. And I have this as our test subject here. She is her best friend. So I want to you guys to understand something. When they go through a death, let's just say, of someone, let's pull up the kill button. She's dead. So she did not unlock her Mangekyo, right? And she's not going to. So I have it so that when they get to 3 Tomo, so now she's 2 Tomo, now she will unlock her Mangekyo. So they have to go through the event and get to 3 Tomo Sharingan. You don't have to get 3 Tomo and then go through the event. It does not matter what order you could do it. You can go through, let's just say a wife, husband, best friend, bond. I think bonded animal as well. It's funny because we have a bonded animal, so we can test that when we go back. But Mangekyo, you unlock Mangekyo as soon as you hit the 3 Tomo stage. So we're just going to max out her ninjutsu level. We can go through everything here. Alright. Now that it's maxed out, we're going to... Oh, we have some enemies here. Oh, people are coming through. So, as you can see, the Mangekyo is up. Our health tab, we have the Mangekyo. It works just like the Sharingan, where the Mangekyo is there. And she has a couple of abilities. Now, your Mangekyo Sharingan is random. I didn't choose this for her. She kind of just got it randomly. You can save scum it. A lot of people are talking about save scumming it, which is fine for the Patreon build. Eventually, everything is going to be a gene. So every single Mangekyo Sharingan that we have is going to be a gene. So if you want them to 100% get this Mangekyo, Sharingan will be needed for each Mangekyo gene. Obviously, you need the Sharingan to unlock a Mangekyo. But when you do unlock it, it will be guaranteed to be that Mangekyo. So you can make a whole family line of just one Mangekyo if they pass it on, of course. If they don't, then they'll get a random one. But either way, they get something powerful. So since we unlocked the Obito one, we can go over it pretty nicely, actually. First things first. Did I miss anything for Sharingan? I think if you guys have any questions about Sharingan that I missed, just kind of the basics on Sharingan, you can leave it for me in the comments. But there was also a queuing bug with Sharingan where if you queued it up like quickly enough while paused, you could permanently have the Sharingan effect. That is fixed. That's fixed, guys. Don't worry about that. If you were going to comment something about that, it's fixed for this newest Patreon build. And for those who don't have the Patreon, it'll be fixed in the final build, when we release a big update for the Naruto mod. So we're going to go over Kamui teleportation here. Or actually, we're going to go to Kamui target since this guy's barreling at me. The Kamui target is the Kamui ability where, if you think of what happened with Kakashi and how he ripped off Deidara's arm with the Kamui, that's essentially what that is. You were targeting someone and sending a piece of their body. You don't choose the limb, but it sends a random limb. It can be the head. You can automatically kill somebody. It can be a spine as well, and sending it into the Kamui dimension. So you see he died, and it looks like we took the sternum. Yeah, it did 9,000. It couldn't, I guess sternums, you can't like take out the whole thing, but it did enough damage that he died instantly. And you get 2 charges of that. It takes up a lot of chakra. So then we get Mangekyo blindness. So it's if you hover over the tooltips, it shows you what it costs, eye efficiency cost on it. So this costs 2%, and I believe the cooldown timer is 1 hour for this, meaning that to get another charge you have to wait an hour. And the Kamui teleportation is only half an hour, so you can kind of spam it. I could be wrong, but I think that cooldown time is kind of wrong right now. And by that I mean I think it's a whole day. I think it's not 1 hour, it's 1 day to get the Kamui teleportation, the Kamui target out of there. So we're gonna take that. Maybe it is 1 hour. So now, another thing about the teleportation is people think, oh, it's just teleport, whatever, who cares, right? I'm just gonna teleport out of there. It's a quick cast, and not only is it a quick cast, it's also a quick cooldown. I want people to be able to essentially spam it, just kind of like how he did, but I'm gonna show you something cool about it. They might kill that dog. I should have had that unlocked, the Mangekyo. That'd be pretty cool. So we're just gonna wait till it's off cooldown. So we're gonna go, we can teleport anywhere. You can teleport into solid objects. So as you can see, he cannot attack us, just standing there. And we phased into something. Just like how Obito does, you can phase into solid objects. That is perfectly a thing you can do with Kamui. You phase into solid objects. I don't think it reveals the area though. We could find out together right now. It doesn't. But it has a path. So as soon as you open this door, it'll reveal it. Boom. Done. So, not a bad deal. Now, we're going to go over the rest of the abilities. Now, there's a dev mode to unlock all the Mangekyo trees. If you guys want to make God here, Mangekyo God. We're also going to look at her health tab. So, guys can keep track of this Mangekyo blindness. Now, she's already at 10% loss. I think Kamui teleport is what? 2% each. Yeah. So now we're going to come here. We can turn this off and you see the blindness stays. Her sight is at 90%. She turns it on. And you see that was the queuing. That was the queuing thing right there. So even though it was paused, it still was fine. So even though she has a slight buff, yeah, Mangekyo blindness kind of really puts that down. And once it's at 0%, it's 0. So I guess we can go over Lewis here. How good are you, Lewis? Body Purist, Talent Herder, Shooting 7. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to come over here. We're going to use Kodo Matsukami Enslave. The Kodo Matsukami basically makes a slave of someone right away. And you're going to pick up this revolver here, and you're going to help us out. So it doesn't matter if they're unwaveringly loyal, but it also will lower relations by 40, which might be buffed soon. It might lower relations by 80 if because then think about it, you're enslaving someone. It's kind of fishy. If Kodo Matsukami works, is that it is complete hypnosis, meaning that the person believes it's their own idea. If someone says to them, "Hey, I would like to join this colony, this random ass colony that is just for some reason, it's here, whatever, I feel some connection," and they really convince their family, it might you know, that might go over. But if you decide that you're going to be a slave to the colony, that might draw some heads like, why does this person want to be a slave? Maybe these magical ninjas have somehow swayed him to want to enslave himself. So whatever faction they belong to, you will incur negative relations. I might up it because it's kind of really fucked up to just enslave anybody you want. It does have a long cooldown. I believe this is 7.5 days, while Kodo Matsukami is 15 days, which is subject to change. I think it's good right now, but it is really broken. But it is a Mangekyo ability, and for all intents and purposes, Shisui's ability only is basically hypnosis, complete hypnosis. Another thing I see is like, why can't people Genjutsu Kai out of it? First of all, you're the player. It's only going to be used by the player. I'm not going to have Mangekyo Sharingans running around quite yet by the AI. I don't think I might ever do that. But why would you want a random person in your colony to just Genjutsu Kai randomly out of it? Let's just say they get Genjutsu'd and they decide to Kai out of it, or a mental break or whatever. Why would you want them to accidentally leave your colony? Let's just say they've been there for 5 years and it comes up. That makes no sense. And I don't understand why that even comes up. And once again, you wouldn't think to use anything to stop that Genjutsu because you think it's your decision. You think, oh my god, this is my decision. You're not thinking I'm under Genjutsu. And no one is thinking that besides maybe the people behind it. So we're gonna just disregard that. I'm not gonna answer those comments anymore. Like it is what it is. It's a full recruit. It's a full enslave. Unwaveringly loyal doesn't matter. You can do it to anybody. A recruit has no negative relation cost though. I just want to make that clear because recruit is, once again, it seems like they want to join and they, for whatever reason, the headcanon is that they convince their family and their friends and everything that they're leaving to join you for whatever fucking reason they made up in their head. And that's the end of it. Next set of eyes we can go over is, I guess, Kagutsuchi would be pretty cool. Does she have a melee? It doesn't matter, actually. So Kagutsuchi here, I wanted it to move the Amaterasu flames around, but that kind of was really wonky and not really fun. So Kagutsuchi, what it does is, when we cast it, it's going to add Amaterasu. You have a 50% chance to set anyone on fire with Amaterasu when you hit them with a ranged or melee attack. And also you do extra burn damage. As you can see, she's doing very high burn damage. Oh my lord. Yes, she's doing a lot of extra burn damage. And then also they can be set on fire by the Amaterasu, which is also broken because there's no way to extinguish it. Basically, if she sets fire in melee, first of all, they're going to stop meleeing so that they can put out the flames, and they're putting out flames that aren't going to go out. So they're just going to die. It's essentially a death sentence, Kagutsuchi, for anyone. Oh, see, he has the flames on him. So as of right now, normally when you end your Mangekyo, the flames go out. But for Kagutsuchi right now, they do not go out. So be very careful with that, especially if they have a ranged weapon and you don't want someone to die, essentially. Yeah. The next thing is another thing with Amaterasu flames in general you have to realize is that if the fire is burning something on their clothes, like say if they have fire resistant clothing and the fire is latched onto that and burning that, once that piece of cloth is burned off, the fire ends, which makes perfect sense of how it works in the show. So if you ever throw Amaterasu at someone and they're burning and then all of a sudden it comes out, their gear probably burned off. And that gear burning off destroyed the fire because it's gone. It only burns things until it's dust. So whatever gear that it was latched onto burned off, and then that's the end of it. So I don't think it's not working or it's randomly extinguished. It's not supposed to do that. Yeah. So another thing with what is this? Is this steel? Let's find something that is a little perfect. A limestone wall. That's what we like to see. And this is also a sandstone wall. So next is Amaterasu. And Amaterasu will burn everything on top of the floor. So this is stone. It will burn through the stone. It'll burn through everything. And it burns at double the rate of fire. And it does double the damage as well, which might be subject to a buff. I might make it triple the damage and triple the rate at which the fire grows and does damage. Maybe. I think it works really well right now. It is pretty good, especially... Oh, Oh no, the husky died. It works really well. Oh, actually, what is he doing? Let's put you on search and destroy. Yeah, go do something with your life. So it works really well for if you can clump people up, or if people were sitting there aiming behind cover, you can sit them. The flammability is always at 100%, meaning that impids, things that are normally fire resistant, like stone walls, will burn down. And once again, if you turn off your Mangekyo, it will extinguish the flames. So you don't have to worry. Also, only one fire at a time. Don't think that you can just set fire to a whole entire map with your Amaterasu. You can only have one. If there's any fire that you have that's yours on, it will not. You cannot shoot it out again. And we can segue right into Tsukiyomi here. Oh my god. As we go through here, we can help our boy out. Tsukiyomi. So it puts him into a catatonic breakdown for 3 days. Also, you notice his food and sleep are down but to 0%. That is another effect of Tsukiyomi. This is the 1v1 god. I would like to say this is an auto. Cooltime is 1 day and you get 2 charges, which I think is kind of broken. That might get nerfed. And we're losing blindness fast here, as you guys can see. Subject to a nerf, but for right now, I think it's working pretty nicely. And do we have any more enemies? We have a lot of enemies down here, actually. So, who's next? Let's use, actually, this is perfect. We can use distortion here. So this is Madara. Obviously, Madara's abilities were never used in the show, but I decided to make them because it's Madara. You gotta have his MS here. Are you kidding me? And so we're gonna use distortion. And it takes a little bit to cast, but it stuns everyone on the map for, where is... It usually has a timer on it. Let's actually turn off room head for a second. Stun for 123 seconds. So I think it's 130 seconds of a stun. And that's every hostile on the map. It's Madara. Like, come on, guys. Let's be serious. And then you have the next one of his, which is time lapse. Time lapse. We use time lapse here. And it automatically sets her age to 100. And it gives her every single bit of the old age: frail, bad back, hearing loss, and cataracts. You have all of those things. This is subject to change. I don't think I'm going to change it to the point where it's going to be way different, but it could be tweaked a little bit. But essentially, if they have a big beefy pawn and you want to just kind of make them really useless, time lapse is the way to go. So everyone is distorted here, so that's going to take a while for them to, you know, get out of that. But I think that's a pretty, I think it's a pretty nice ability, distortion. It essentially is a free raid wipe, and it has a 7-day cool. Oh, sorry, 5-day cooldown. We're gonna probably up that to 7 days. It definitely needs a little bit of a nerf, and we're probably gonna nerf the stun duration because I think it's very, very crazy. Now we're gonna wait until these guys come up. Ooh, let's not fire at will because we want them. We're gonna wait out the stun here. We're actually gonna turn off our Mangekyo because she's going blind. Don't worry about that because I'm gonna show you guys something cool here. Turn back on Rim HUD. And I'll be back when they guys. Now that we're back here, I can show you guys how reflect works. So we're gonna turn back on her Mangekyo. And we're going to actually, I wish that we had a group. It works best if you're getting ganged up on, but we're going to turn on reflect. Oh, Jesus Christ, she was not supposed to attack. But as you can see, the damage she's taking is reflected back at her. So we reflect has 2 charges, but it looks like she's out of charges. Let me see if I can... oh, I see. She needs chakra. So let's use reflect again, and let's put on her. Yeah. As you can see, it only lasts a few seconds, but what it does is absolutely nuts. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to actually hurt our girl here. So she's, oh, actually, fuck. So now that she's up, what we're gonna do is we're going to transfer all of those ailments onto someone. And she died automatically. So, as you can see, if they take a lot of damage, it transfers all negative effects besides Mangekyo blindness. You can't cheese it like that. I'm talking about scars. I don't know if addictions work, maybe food poisoning. I have not checked everything, but we tried to do everything that's negative. Any negative besides blindness that you can transfer onto somebody is transferred completely. I'm actually gonna check a couple things here. Let's give our girl some food poisoning initial, and let's give her some scarification. No, is there like just a scar? Brain damage? Minor brain damage, right? So she's not doing good. That's death rattle. I don't know if that's gonna count because it is from a mod. But let's transfer all that to, oh, it didn't work. So food poisoning and the brain damage from other mods don't work. But I'm sure basically regular scars will work. Any scar, if they get like a scar or anything like that, it will work. I don't know if addictions will work. We can probably do that too. Let's give her an addiction. Give her some addiction. But you guys can let me know what's going on with that. I would love to see what you guys have to, what's going on with transfer and how you guys have used it in several different ways. Oh, it does. So her alcohol addiction does transfer over. So that's one of the negative effects that does transfer over. So yeah, I figured it's a Mangekyo ability. It has a 7-day cooldown. It's basically a get out of jail free card. As long as they're up and can use the ability, it's basically free. And Jesus Christ, her sight is almost gone. Been spamming it. What else did we had? We had Kamui, we did Kodo Matsukami, we did Tsukiyomi. Oh, we have Fugaku. So Fugaku, if for you guys who don't know, that is Itachi and Sasuke's father. He did have an MS. I believe the writer, it was during it was like side content, but they said it was canon for whatever reason. They said he's very powerful, etc., etc., etc. So we're gonna see if I can find some hostels though. That's really what I need is some hostels. What are you doing? He's tending to himself. Okay, well, that's good. Now you have an alcohol addiction. Do we have? Okay, good. There is enemies over here somewhere. Because I would like to show you guys what the... Oh! Hello. So we're going to use the Wicked Eyes. Oh. Oh, did not work. I wonder why that didn't work. So what the Wicked Eyes is supposed to do is it's supposed to... Everyone in this area is supposed to be set to flee. No, not working. So we're gonna have to fix that. Let's try Wicked Amaterasu, and that does work. Wicked Amaterasu, it says hypothermia. It's supposed to be hyperthermia. That's just like a quick fix though. It sets their hyperthermia in this one tile range around them to 99%. Meaning that they're gonna probably fall on the ground. The only reason why I can see why this guy isn't leaving is because this is his home map. Like this is considered I started in a city, a hostile city or whatever. I think this is his home map, so there's nowhere to flee to. So I kind of think that's what's going on there. Possibly. What are we at now? We are at 33%. Jesus Christmas. We can actually, he cracked my jaw. Yeah, no, you can have that back. So, what else is there to show? I guess I can show Amaterasu on like maybe an animal or something. Let's take off search and destroy for a minute. Let's back up. We don't want to get ourselves with it. Oh, yeah. If they move quick enough, it does not always apply either. It's like regular fire. They have a chance to kind of get it on them. So you do have to be careful. with that being said. For that though, we can actually... I wonder what... No, time-lapse only works on humans. I kind of want to get her down to 0 blindness to kind of show you guys what happens when you are blind. She's at 24%. Probably use time-lapse on our slave here. Are you already... oh no, he's still catatonic breakdown. Poor him. That sucks. What are we at? We are at 19%. So we can use Kodo Matsukami Recruit. We have a broken down piece of crap. And then let's fill. I don't care. All right, so he's probably gonna die. What are we at? She's got 2% left. Let us actually use teleport. So now her sight is at 30%. So if you lose all your sight and you disable the Mangekyo, which is probably most likely going to happen, you don't have a lot of, drain or anything, you're done. So it's very hard. It's a little wonky there because it's very hard to turn it off automatically on you guys like that. It's actually more challenging than you think to just kind of turn it off. But it's just like the same thing with surgery. It was getting a little wonky and very buggy when we tried to turn it off automatically at certain conditions met. But essentially, you cannot even use regular Sharingan. Yeah. So you can't use Susano. You can't use any of that stuff. But we have a solution for that. Now we come here. You can, so a couple ways to heal the Mangekyo blindness. There is regular Rim World ways to do that. And we're going to do, actually, I think we can do 0.5. So when you install a regular internal Mangekyo, it will automatically cure the blindness. The blindness, even though when you take out the eyes, the blindness is still there and everything like that, it will automatically cure the eyes. And now I'll show you a couple different things why we had to keep refilling the chakra. Is the chakra costs for all these abilities are halved. So you see, it was much less chakra to do that with eternal Mangekyo than it was with regular. The reason why the Mangekyo Sharingan abilities are so chakra depleted is because it's regular Mangekyo Sharingan. When you get Eternal, it cuts all those abilities in half, and it has no blindness, as you can see. We have no blindness going on when we use the ability, and it has no blindness as we're using it. I will be full disclosure, blindness, 1%, you lose 1% eye efficiency every 5,000 ticks that you have Mangekyo on. You can reset it by turning it off, but for prolonged battles, by the way, 5,006 is 2 hours in game, which happens very quickly. It's about a minute and a half or something like that. So you have to be careful because you can turn it off early before the 5,006 and then restart it if you're really, really paying attention to that. But abilities, you can't get around it. You can't get around the abilities using up your eye stuff. And then once you run out of chakra and turn it off for whatever reason, I actually could make it so that it does turn off if you get below a certain threshold of chakra, and then that would force you to turn it off because you're going to be using jutsus, etc. But we'll get to that bridge when we cross it, which isn't a bad deal. Captain Jaeger, yeah, he's gone. Yeah, I think that wasn't working because this is technically their home map, and that's why he wasn't fleeing, because this is his home. So where's he gonna go? I think that's everything. You can switch back and forth between Sharingan 3 and your Mangekyo. The reason why the Mangekyo overlay stays on top is to let you know that they are using Mangekyo and not regular Sharingan, so that you don't incur blindness by accident if they're using regular MS. And we can go over how to gain Eternal. So Eternal is going to be research. Oh, come on. So we go up to here. I'll turn him on Mangekyo. Where are you? Oh, here it is. Ninja Lab. What the fuck? Am I losing my mind? Signing armor, Ambu armor, ninja apparel. There it is. Eternal Mangekyo. So it's a lot of research. So you need to read the Uchiha tablet, which is very lackluster right now, what it looks like. But essentially the Uchiha tablet is where I'm having a nice texture made for it. You can find it in a bunch of different places. And it's what that does is it allows you to research the Eternal Mangekyo. If this is like let's just say you're using a previous save, you might not need this. You might be able to research it right away, because on my old save, I didn't need the Uchiha tablet to start the research. So just be aware that you might be able to just straight up just do it if it's an old save, which is fine. Whatever, I don't care. But if you make a new save, you're going to need to read this. It is a one-time consumable. It's very expensive. If you do find it like in a vendor or anything, it's going to be very expensive. You might find it on a quest, or you might find it in an Ancient Danger. It's very rare, so if you do have it, I would say keep it or just read it so you can do the research. And to make an Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, it is made in the Ninja Lab, and it costs 2... To make one Eternal Mangekyo, it costs 2 damaged Mangekyo. So when you remove a regular Mangekyo at any stage of sight loss, even if it's a brand new MS and you remove it, it becomes a damaged Mangekyo, and you cannot reinsert that into your eye. You can reinsert regular Sharingan, which will enable you or your ability to use Sharingan and Mangekyo, but it will incur blindness because it's a regular Sharingan. And if you obviously have Mangekyo blindness at 100%, replacing your eyes really won't do anything. So what you can do is you can essentially take the damaged Mangekyos out, and you can you have to have Mangekyo on too. If you have Sharingan 3 on and you start doing the surgery, it's going to be a Sharingan 3 implant that you're going to get, not a Mangekyo. So make sure you kind of know that. So you get a damaged Mangekyo part. You get, I could say, 4 of them. You get a full pair of Eternal, and then you go. You got your person with a full pair of Eternal. So right now, there's no drawback to having, I guess, 1 Eternal besides the sight. You're going to be halving your sight if you decide, oh, I'm only going to have 1 regular Mangekyo, 1 Eternal Mangekyo, 1 regular, and I'm going to just have 100% blindness in 1 eye. That's fine. I might later on make something that says, oh, you're going to be using double the chakra, or it's going to be double the drain rate if you only have 1 eye versus 2. Something like that to give a drawback to those with 1 eye, so that you kind of are incentivized to put both in, just to kind of make it a complete. Personally, I know a lot of min-maxers are going to want to do that anyway. That's fine with me. I don't care. Play your way. I don't know. I feel like 2 Eternals just makes things easier. You have 2 Eternals, you don't have to worry about it, but whatever. And in the future, for balance reasons, we are going to nip that in the bud. As of right now, besides the genes, there's no way to change the design of it either. So once you unlock your Mangekyo, if you didn't choose the gene you wanted and got a random one, you didn't like the design, you can save scum it. If you want to change the design with the abilities, I feel like they all look cool to me. So I don't know. If you guys have any questions, definitely leave me in the comments. This was kind of a long video because I guess there's a lot of information to go over with Sharingan. I don't think I missed anything, but I probably did, knowing me. But if you have any questions that I didn't think of, if I missed anything, please let me know. The new build for this, which is all this, is coming out on Friday, which is 2 days. Everything seems to be working absolutely perfectly. I couldn't be more happier with how everything works. I don't know what else to say. It's been, whatever. I don't care. So I don't know what else to say besides thank you everybody for the Patreon. I'm going to be working on a series where I made the Akatsuki with some of the new clans and some of the new Mangekyo abilities and everything, and I want to kind of see how they do. They're really powerful in my test playoff. But I really can't thank you guys enough. Thank you for being there. Thank the Discord, everyone in the Discord. Definitely join the Discord. The link's going to be in the video descriptor here. You can join the Discord. We have a great community. We talk about Naruto. We talk about many things. I would like to expand the Discord into other things, not just RimWorld, but for now, this is what we're doing. I'm really excited for this mod. I'm really excited for this build because this is just Mangekyo Sharingan, which took a little chunk of my ass, but we still have Sage Mode coming up. We got summons coming. We have lightning armor. We have a shit ton of new scrolls with a bunch of new abilities and shit. So we have a lot of things coming, and the reason why I'm making it so big is because before I want to leave you guys with a lot to chew on before I head to the Saiyans. I want you guys to have so much content that you guys will be okay. So that when I do the Saiyans, like do it right, when I do it over, the Saiyans over, essentially, you guys are gonna be like, okay, we had so much content on this Naruto mod that we can wait for a little bit while it gets the Saiyans right, and then comes back to the Naruto mod to, you know, give us Jinchurikis and all that cool stuff like that, which is gonna be awesome. Thank you guys for watching the video if you made it this far, and you know, leave me some comments, leave a like, subscribe if you want to keep up with this journey and everything. And I love you all, and I'll see you guys in the next one.